Well, good evening, YouTubers. So it's been below zero the last few days. So I've been working on Laverne. Finished up the sanding, wiped her down. I had a little spot down here, right in there, that I had to touch up. I didn't like it. But, so now I gotta pop that back windshield out and then start masking. But, I'm taking a break from her tonight. And I'm going to work on a carburetor for an 8N that my high school classmate dropped off. Now, he said the motor was stuck. I already got it. She's freed up. So I got this box of carburetor parts. And you can see it's got a little bit of rust in that one. But I might take the spring off of this. This one got a broken spring. This is loose, so I'll probably JB weld that on unless I can take a nail set and just expand that. And then there's this one that's in there, but it's a different style. Because right here, that's where the choke should be. So I'm not sure where that came from. But yeah, this is the one that was in the box. So she has a little bit of, I don't hear any gas in there. So when I took it off the tractor, I did spray it down with some carb clean. When I took it off the tractor, this stud stayed in the, unscrewed out of the carburetor. So I had to use the vice grips to grab hold of it. So we'll screw that back in when I get done here. But first thing, I'm going to, yeah, it looks dirty in there. That's your gas inlet there. But I'm going to take this apart and see what she looks like on the inside. But I'm going to grab a pick for that. See what we got going on the inside. So the gas line was unhooked off of this. So I'm assuming that they're having fuel issues. Going by the amount of stuff in here, I would imagine they are. But we will see what's inside. Never taken apart an 8N carb. It is a Marvel Schwedler. I did buy a kit off of Brillman. They're out of Pennsylvania, Virginia, somewhere over that way. But they got a lot of electrical and some carburetor parts. They don't have everything, but I guess they're pretty good for getting electrical parts. I did order a key switch for the 506. Not 506, 560. Combined it with 706 in my head there. Growing up, we had a 706, so that's where I got that from. But he wants me to try to get this tractor running for him. So I think it's freed up. And since it's still cold out, I figure, well, tonight's a good night to work on this. Turn the heat up in the shop. Well, am I missing a screw? No. She just doesn't want to come apart. I don't want to get too aggressive with it. Well, come on. What the heck? There she comes. Slowly. Easy. Don't want to break nothing here. Wow. I already ripped the gasket. Hopefully there's a new one in there. Let's grab well, here I got a pocket knife. There. She's come apart now. So, it looks like there's some build-up of tar stuff in there. We'll pull that out. This looks like someone cleaned this, 'cause that's pretty good. And they didn't... Wow, is it really the castings that rough, huh? Ugh. Okay. I think someone's been in here. But we're going to have to replace this gasket now, since I did rip it. And then this is your Venturi. So, just remember the bell is going to the throat. This is your needle here. The main jet needle, I would imagine. So let's grab a needle. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Get you out of the way. See, I believe that there should be a spring on there. Maybe not. This is concerning. That's really thin. Uh-oh. I think we got a leaker. Hear that? So let's get a cup of water. Stick it in there. What's this one look like? But we might have a leaking one here. And what happens is this is leaking. She's going to fill up and then it'll constantly stay open and run. So I'm going to go get a cup of water. Smaller screwdriver. Let's get that needle out of there. And then a bigger screwdriver so I can pull that one out. That's your needle right there. Or your fuel needle. So hold on guys, I'm going to get some water and a couple different screwdrivers. Okay, what I got here is just a cup of water. Now I'm going to stick the float in there and see if I see any bubbles coming. Okay, I'm not seeing any. Move it around. But that concerns me that I can hear it. Liquid in there. And this right here is really thin. I don't like it. Trying to find out if that's a hole in there. I think put that in there for a while. But we gotta put some weight on it. Force her to sink. Not that much. The cup's gonna overfill. Okay, that's that heavy. Let's find out. Well, it's got less in it. There. We'll let that sit for a few minutes. Go back to our disassembly. But if he's having carb issues, that might be why he was flooding her out. Well, come on. I should really take this out. So, I wonder what they set these at. Okay, that pin's there. Let's count our turns in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 and 7/8. I'm gonna write that down because I don't know if I'll get this. 8, 7, 8. Here's a pin. 8, 7, 8. All right, now let's take this out of here. I don't know if this thing was adjusted right, but that's going to be our starting point. It's 8, 7, 8. There we go. Just looking to make sure the point wasn't all smashed up for some reason. I think this screwdriver's a little too big. Tip's too fat. See if this one's any better. Wow, she don't want to come free. There she gives. I think they give me a new one. Yeah, there's a new one in there. Really, if you replace your needle, you should replace the seat too. But well, you don't have to, but kind of they go together hand in hand. A little bit of rust on there. Alright, so here's our fuel coming in. You see there's a screen in there. So we're going to take this thing off too. What do you think that is, a 1/2 inch? Oh wait, I got one laying here. And see all that rust? Whoops. I'm guessing that this fuel tank's going to have issues. So we'll probably have to put a inline filter on there. Be my guess. Where did I put the blow? Here it is. I wonder if that screen comes out of there. No, it doesn't look like it. Don't want to listen to that thing leak. And we got to pull that little guy out too. Okay, so we got that clean. We pulled that out. We got to get this out too. What do you think? 3/8 socket. I'm gonna grab a 7/16 because I'm just guessing. 3/8 it was. I have no idea who worked on this last. I don't know if they took this stuff apart and cleaned it or what they did. So I'm going to go through it all. Since I'm here, might as well. Let's see how bad this thing looks. Yeah, so you see that rust down there? Yeah, that's not good. And then I'm going to get a piece of wire and clean out those ports right there. But yeah, you can't even... Yeah. I can see why she wasn't running. So if you ever take your something in to get work done, they put these little move tags on it. I save them for so that little wire. That little wire, it works perfect for in here. It just fits. Come on. Oh, it's only a half hole. It's not a through hole. She's shooting juice out of there now. Clean this up. I might have to buy a new float for this thing though. We'll check that here in a few minutes. So hopefully there's a new ring in there for that in the kit, because that's shot. Yeah, never good when there's rusty juice that's coming out of there. Let's pull that off too. Must be a 1/2 inch. Got Bondo dust on it. This should be the drain for the carb. See, this is when it collects down there, it goes out that hole. Look, there's deadheads in there, huh? Okay, so I guess that's the 3 holes. So we got this one must go one spot, and there's the other one. Get in there. I gotta pull that apart yet too, but other than that, this thing doesn't look that dirty inside of here. Okay, so I gotta fix that. We'll worry about that in a minute. Where did I put that other little... Oh, here it is. See if I can break this needle free, or jet. Nope. Try a different screwdriver. Well, that one's being uncooperative. Yeah, I don't like that one. Gotta have like 30 different screwdrivers so you can have the right one. Well, why don't you fit in there, you little bugger? I don't like that at all. What the heck? God, that thing looks like... I need a fat, small one is what I need, not these skinny ones. Wide. See if this one fits in there. Okay, she don't want to come out. That's a bummer. I wonder if I should heat it up. Going by everything else, probably rust under there. Oh, that's that hole. That hole right there. I'd really like to get that out though. I don't know if I can do it or not. Let's try a little bit of rust buster. Well, let's see how we're doing over here. I hear a little bit of water in there yet. Is that an old leak that someone patched? Let's soak some more. It's just water spilling on the workbench. It's fine. Torch. Oh, rust buster too is the other thing I wanted. Some PB blaster. Jam that in there. What the heck? Well, this can must be done for, huh? Yep. Try another can. Okay. Let's throw some heat at her. I don't want to get it too hot either. We'll throw a little bit of heat, see if we can get her. If not, we'll call her, run a wire through her and call it good. See if she's freed up. Can I get this guy in there? No. What do I do with the other one? Oh, there it is. Try tightening it once. Nope. She does not want to give it up. Just a brass fitting. Let me throw. Did they give me a new one in this kit? No, just the fuel needle. Whatever that one is. Oh, I bet it's that one. Ooh, it's a little warm now. Don't want y'all know. Well, I think I'm gonna have to just leave it alone and hope that she's cleaned out. But I can't get it out. Okay, so it's a hole down there where it shoots out of, right up in here. Grab our little wire, jam that through there. I'm going very far. There she moves. Let's keep pushing her, see where she pops out. She should pop out on that side hole there. Well, either way, if there's any gunk in here, we're going to be knocking it free. Me trying to jam this through there. And I know liquid goes through there because I shot carb clean out. Not that far in there. Come on. Just shooting more brake or carb clean through it. Alright, well that's that. Clean this up. See, I wonder, shouldn't that be round? I wonder if someone was trying to loosen it by by taking the pliers to it, because I believe that should be round and not oval. Let's give her a little tweak here. There. Oh, a little better, huh? I don't want to get too much, because then I'll probably smash it the other way. Alright. Moving my float thing there. Oh, there's instructions in here. Wow. So, where does number 27 go? Because we're at the top part. There it is, number 14. That's one we can't get out. Jet idle. Or what's 15? Jet economizer? I don't know. Huh. Does it tell you how many churns that thing should be out? And it talks about you adjust your float. Alright, well. Ah, ding dang it anyway. Making a mess. Okay, let's see what we... Here's this gasket. And it is not the same. Not even close. So let's see if they give us a... What's this one? Bingo. So... Now this side was up. So that's going to go on there like that. Wait, oh, that's not wide enough. Let me double check. Uh-huh. Well, yeah, that's wide enough. Why don't it fit? I do not know. That's not even close. Am I putting it in the wrong spot? Oh. Yeah, it helps if you put it on the right way. See? There we go. Dummy. Okay, I'm going to run some juice down that hole there, too. I already hit these. Well, doesn't hurt to hit them again. Alright, so that's this one. Let's find a gasket for that guy. This kid's package of 2 idle adjusting needles. Be sure to select which one matches the needle removed from the carburetor. Looks like a fine thread and coarse thread. Okay, so here's the needle and the seat for that. I wonder what they gave you that for. This is going to be for your top of it, where it mounts to the tractor. Alright. Now we need one that fits on here. Get rid of this old one. The only thing is we're not going to test this thing out today because it's probably 0 by now. I think it was about 14, 13 when I got home. So that's when I'm like, oh, I'm going to go pull that carburetor while it's nice out. I bet it's one of these. Well, that looks right. But they had 2 of them under. You put this little guy first? No, that won't fit. That don't look right. I wonder what those are for. Huh. New cross pin. Here's our 2 needles. I'm just wondering if the old one is just so old, that's why it expanded. Because this guy doesn't fit. I would imagine they'd put 2 on there. Alright, we're just going to go with the 1. And where did I put the 3/8 socket? We're going to need you yet too. Wow. That's the 7/16. It's got to be around. We're just looking right over it. Put the gasket on top of it. We gotta make sure we get that gasket centered on there too. There. That looks good. I want to over tighten it now because it's not holding the tractor together. It's got some crud on the bottom of it. Let's take it. Don't know if this matters or not, but since I'm here, might as well. Put that back in there. Now, I'm not really doing this in any particular order how I'm putting it back together. Just kind of doing the lower half. And I'll probably see if I can get that spring off of here and put it on here. And then we'll see if we can swage it. So this should turn back to this position. Pop that off. So this is the spring we need. Now, can we pop this one off? Don't think I can swing that around to bend that one to make it work. Or if I just take a grinder and hit this a little bit so it makes it easier to get it off. Because I'm sure they just swaged it, you know, expanded this thing. Well, let's grab a nail set, make it smash her down a little bit. Just trying to clean up the side burr on this, so maybe she'll go through. Yeah, this weekend it's supposed to be around 40, so I'll probably head back over to the Tom's because I got the ignition parts. So originally I thought it was had the wrong rotor in there. So I ordered a new rotor, but I ordered the wrong one. So that's where I found Brillman's had the correct one for that tractor. So I ordered it, and the one that's in there doesn't look like it's the right one. And I thought it was kind of weird the way the points were working. Because I was wondering how it's throwing spark when there's no metal on metal connection. But I'll show you that when I am working on that guy. Wow, you little bugger, you. Might have to get some power tools out here to get this thing off. I'm sure there's probably an easier way of doing this. But I've never taken one off. Well, I've had them fall off. And then I just JB weld them back on. Maybe if I could get it on both sides, kind of like well, something's giving. What am I pulling apart? Oh, I pulled the whole thing out. Looks like it's rusted. Yeah, that's broken. Good thing we figured that out on the junk one. So now let's take this spring off. Put that back in there. Shh, no one needs to know. Then that'll go on like that. Here's that old one. Wire brush it while I got it off, make it a little easier. So that hook's there, that comes around like so. Now we know not to pound on this too hard, or we're going to break stuff. Come on, drop on. Yeah, we're on there before. See, that's the choke. But I don't like the way it sits on there. Seems like this should be on there further. I don't like it. There she goes down. So now what we should do is take not a nail set, a center punch. So, center punch, that should expand this a little bit so it stays on there. Okay, that didn't do nothing. Try the other side. That did nothing. I don't want to beat on this thing too hard or I'm going to break it. Yeah, she goes on there. Like so. Come on. We need to flatten that out somehow. This is not doing it. I wonder if I should just JB weld it on there. That'd be the fastest way. I'm going to take this off for a second to clean this up. She's got kind of a little knurl there. But God, I'm gonna need something small to get in there to file that bugger. What do we got for small files? No, that's too big. Way too big. I don't think I have a file that small to get in there. Well, that's a bummer. Well, let me pause you guys because it's probably boring, but I'm going to see if I can find something so I can clean it out a little better. Okay, well, I took that whole thing out. So there's two screws in there. This is your choke throttle or choke butterfly. There's two little screws that are in there, those two little buggers. This is on the outside, this is towards the bottom of the carb, so it sits in there like that. I pulled that out because I'm going to put this back. Let's make sure I get it on there the right way now. Okay, so screws go in that way. Okay, it just sits in there like that. So that would be choke on, and then down, that's off. So it's got to go on here like this. But I didn't want to break anything, so that's why, you know what, I'm just going to take it apart. I'm going to JB weld this thing, leave her set overnight. But I'm going to square this up because she's kind of rough. You can tell this carburetor's been around a while. look at the wear on that pin. So hopefully this carburetor is still good. They made them to last. Clean up some of this black soot on here. You know what else carb cleaner is good for? Finding every little cut on your hand. Because if you got one that you forgot about, it'll say, no, no, it's right there. Because I got a little one right there. And it burns now. So that's always fun. So, screw holes. Goes in there like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Double check ourselves. That'll go in there like that. Choke on. Screws out. Okay. So now we're going to mix up some JB Welding. But I got to make sure that I got to find a good place to position it so she dries correctly. So get you out of the way. She's sitting there. Oh. That'll work. I'm going to clean this before I... So, I think I'll probably just JB weld that. Call her a night. Finish her up tomorrow. I'm going to let that float, soak all night, and we'll see if she takes on any water. Because if she does, then I know I got to order a new float. Look at that. Oh, still got some black soot on the inside. I wonder if brake clean to make this go faster. But brake clean eat brass. I assume carb cleaner doesn't. Got that stupid song, just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Which way was this in there again? Okay, well, this one's rusted in, so the bell goes towards the top. Like that. Right? No. Yeah, because that was the bell, it goes like that. Good thing that one's rusted in there to help me remember. Alright, JB Weld. We're going to clean this thing up too. I wonder what this spring is for. Oh, look at that. Looks like new. Yep, that cut's still there. It's cleaning up pretty decent. Not perfect, but pretty good. I don't know why they got that spring in there. Weird. Yes, no idea. Alright, JB Weld, and then I suppose we can put this stuff, the needle and such, back in there, but okay, I'm gonna, oh, I bet this is for that side, that needle. This one, but, and then we should pull that one too. Right there, which is counter turns in and back her out and see what's going on in there. That's the one we couldn't get out. A little bit of rust in there. Probably should jam something in there and clean that. But that should be... I bet that's for in here. No. too big. No. Huh. Not sure. Okay. JB Well, I'm gonna pause you guys. You don't need who cares about that, right? I'm gonna give you a metal one and a brass one, eh? Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna get some JB Well going. Okay, remember when I pulled out that other needle? I was like, well, where's the spring? See, this is a different style. So this will hook on. Don't lose it now. That will hook on there. Then that hooks onto your float. This is that other old one. But I thought it was weird that that one didn't have it. That was just a resting one. But let's get this back together. I got that thing drying now. So let's get... Always make sure you start the stuff by hand so you don't cross thread. I know it. God, I'm good at hiding tools. Wipe off this Bondo dust. I'm not sure what I'm going to paint Laverne. Just getting down there. If I spend a night masking, she'd be pretty close to getting ready for paint. Once I start the paint process, I got to keep going. So I'm putting down a primer that will help with rust, like a rust inhibitor primer. And then I have, why isn't that, let's back it out. I got to compare that to the old one because it's getting tight. And then I got a buildable primer I'm going to put on top of that, so that'll fill in all the imperfections. And then you got to block sand the whole thing. Then I'll do the top coat, and I'm doing two-tone because make it things more fun. Because I'm putting her back to the original. This is a different needle. See how that one's got the flat spot there? This one doesn't. So this is the wrong one. I'm going to take the washer off of it. Yeah, different style. That fits on there at least. So let's grab this. Clean that off. But then once you paint it, then you have to wet sand it so you get rid of that orange peel. So it's lots of paint and sand. So yes, body work may be done, the Bondo part, but now it's still a ton of sanding. More sanding. Great. So now I'm looking at this needle to see if there's if it's wore in here, goofy. But looks like this one still. I don't feel any ridges. So we'll put that back in there. So that's the junk one. Clean off this pin. But we can't put that back in until I'm making sure this thing stays at about 90 degrees. So should I clean this one up? See if this one's better. Let's give her a little bit of juice on there. Oh, look at that, she's shining up real pretty like. This, I don't trust that other one. I'm just a little leery of because I can hear liquid in there. And that side flex. This one doesn't flex. Well, actually, it's dented. This green stuff that's just old gas. When you buy like 87, yeah, you're gonna. Well, I don't know. Maybe you can get that from non-oxy. But I know that's supposed to last longer. That's what I put in my wheeler and tractors. Used to run it in my motorcycle too. Costs a little more per gallon, but you're not going for gas mileage with toys, are you? So I'm going to float test this one too. You don't want to get too aggressive with these because you could put a hole in there. This thing is probably made in, well, 8 ends were built in 48, so what did they make? How many years did they run? 5 years? Oh, maybe even longer than that. So the 9N was 1939. That's where they get the 9N from. And the 2N was 42. And the 8N was 48. I'm not sure how long they ran the 8N, but there's a lot of them out there. Okay, that looks pretty decent. Yeah, Ford had a unique way of naming his tractors. The 8N, you can tell, I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but the rims, the back rims, they have the center bolt pad is about that far. And you look at the 9Ns, they're further out. That's always an easy way to tell by looking at them. Alright, let's see what this one sounds like now. Dry it off so I'm not flinging water. I can hear water in there, but don't know. I don't see any bubbles when I. Don't know. That's just so thin. Let's stick this one in and see if it bubbles. I don't see any bubbles coming up. Maybe I'm just being overly cautious on it. I guess you could try it, and if it, I don't see nothing on that one either. If it doesn't go, well, then you know that, because that little bit that's in there is not going to affect it. It's just, I'm worried that there's a hole somewhere. With this being so thin. I don't know what the right answer is. I guess we'll think on it overnight because I gotta let this thing dry anyway. I'm gonna let it float all. I'm gonna put them both in there. You guys can sit there overnight. Alright, I guess I could put this back in here. Trying to see if there's any debris in there, trying to knock it out. Okay. Put this bugger back in. There goes the needle. And my wrench is right here. Oh yeah, I want to take those other needles out too. That should be about right. That one right there. She's pretty tight. Maybe it's not a needle, maybe it's just a port. Don't move that. Oh, yes, that's like a plug. Huh, I wonder what that's for. Oh, Just a side port plug for some weird. Don't know. Here I thought it was like some type of jet, but it's just a plug. Okay, then we got this needle here. Okay, so now you want to count how many turns in, because that will give you a setting. So there's half. I don't like the screwdriver for this. There's 1, 1.5, 2. So about 2 turns out. Okay, so let's find out which one. It's neither of them. Well, maybe that one. Well, I don't know. There's all the same length. Which one's got the same thread pattern? See, this one's got that flat spot there. And see, this one's all tapered. This one's not tapered. So I bet it would be this one. But this one's a lot pointier. Oh. There's a groove war in it too. I think it's this one. Let's see if she fits. There's tight. Half. 1. 1.5. 2. All right. Well, this is ready to go back together. This needs to dry. Oh, she's still a little squishy. Okay. So it looks like tomorrow night we put her back together. I don't need this. That didn't work out. I was trying to clamp it, but I just decided to pull the whole thing apart. Alright. Well, get rid of this. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. You know, let's wonder if I can get that one out so we can see what's under it. Yeah, of course, this one comes out. Let's see what's under that. Yeah, it's just a hole. So me running a wire through there, I did just as good. So, all right, that makes me feel better about that situation. I get back in there. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's beautiful. There. All right. Put you back in the parts box. Yeah, I'm not sure what the other carb's for, but whatever. I guess we're done with the hammer. And this ratchet and socket. Big screwdriver. Put that away as I walk by. But alright, well I think that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. And then tomorrow I'll put that back in there and put her back together. Alright, so it's the next day. So this is the part that was loose. So what I ended up doing is I put it together and JB welded it. So now it should be good. Now I gotta get that back in here. Let's make sure it fits in there, right? That should be more than enough because we gotta put that spring under it. So do this. So this spring is going to hook over that, like so, and put this in there. And we're going to grab this, bring it up and over and back down. And this pin that was kind of wore, I just took a vice grip and kind of turned it a little bit. Alright, now we're going to get this back in. This is going to be the fun part. So remember, that was downside. So we got to slide it in like this, and then she's going to... Yep. But trying to line this up is going to be the fun part. Okay, come on. Oh, there it goes. Gotta go a little deeper. One more on this side. A little too far. I need a pick for that. I'll use this to help line up the holes. So what I'm doing is in here. So bring this up, use this pick to help center it. I just need two of them. Well, let's maybe get the screw started in this one. And that was these little tiny... Yeah, how are you supposed to hold that? My fingers don't even fit in there. And I need a little tiny screwdriver too. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try this needle nose, and hopefully I don't drop stuff. Okay. Bring that up. Come on. Wow. Where's the little washer? Come on. There it is. Little tiny lock washer on there too. There we go. Lift it up. Oh, it's lined up. Don't knock it out now. Alright, it started. Let's see if we get the other one in there. Little tiny lock washer. I'm just gonna set it in there and use this pick and put it where I need it to go. I think that worked better than using a needle nose. Well, come on, roll over. I don't know if you guys can see the fun that I'm having. Wow, you see how close that was? Okay. Stop being so difficult. You little bugger, you. Wow, now I gotta dump it out so I can get that washer back on. Then we gotta check our floats today too to see if we took on any water overnight. If that nicer looking one didn't take on water, are you kidding me? Son of a biscuit. That one wasn't started right. Wow, ding dang it anyway. I thought she had started. Where'd the other little washer go? There it is. Well, I can shut you guys off and then bring you back on when I get this, because it's just trial and error right now. Wow. You son of a biscuit. Get in there. Uh-huh. Okay, looks like it's pretty well started. Okay, now let's see if we can get the other one in there. Now I think Saturday it's supposed to be getting up until almost like 40 degrees. So I'll probably, I got those ignition parts for his H. So I've been making videos on it but haven't posted them. So I was trying to wait till I get it all done and then just send out post one video of everything. But I've been struggling with that because it's got a Presto light ignition on it, or coil, and rotor, and I ordered the stuff off of online and I ordered the wrong stuff. And when you look on Steiner's, they don't even have it. So I went to Brillman. And then once I got it from Brillman, so the rotor looks wrong to me with the one that was in there. Because when it spins around, it had a piece of plastic in the middle. I'm like, well, how is it getting spark through? Unless it's jumping a lot to that, because it just had a flat-sided rotor in there. Oh, you kidding me? This broke free. Well, dang it anyway. That JB weld didn't hold on brass. Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, just picks right off. Well, let's take this off then. So I can spin this. Now I can at least stay. But we're going to have to address that again. That's a bummer. I scuffed it up too with a file, so I'm not sure why it didn't hold. I guess it doesn't like brass. We can try to swage the end to see if that'll help hold it in there. Well, dang it anyway. Anywho's, so that rotor I think was the wrong one. Well, then when I ordered the one that Brillman says, yeah, it's different. It's got a little metal tab on it. So I'm wondering if someone had the wrong rotor in there. But was it running? Did someone work on it when it was sitting there? I don't know the history. And the rotor cap is different than a normal Farmall one because it has the catch tabs are down lower than the normal Farmalls. So that's different. I'm kind of back to square one on this thing. So I'm right where I was last night before I took it all apart. Or all this part anyway. So now I gotta figure out how to. Yeah, the stuff didn't really harden. Is it because my JB Weld's getting old, or did I do something wrong? I don't know. She set almost 24 hours. So we're going to put that on last. I'm going to finish putting the rest of this back together. So let's check our floats. Alright. Sounds about the same. Being careful not to break anything on it. Yeah, sounds about the same. Let's see what we got in this one. This one has no water in it. I'm shaking to see if I can get that. If I can shake the water out of it, that means there's a hole in it. Because I'm feeling water, but am I just getting residual off of it? Sounds about the same. Okay. Well, we're going to go with it. Put that one back in there. So we need to make sure this is adjusted right. So I'll put this in there. It's the needle. And the float is going to set in there like this. And then we put this cross piece in here. Okay, you don't want to go that way, send her this way. There we go. And then, so when it's flat, right in here, you're supposed to have a 1/4 inch. And that's why they give you this little tape measure thing, or little ruler. Okay. That's millimeters. So, 30 seconds, 8, 30 seconds, well, 16's a half, so that's a 1/4. We're good. Check this side. Well, this side's a little less. Oh, we got a twist to it? Pull it off and take a look. Maybe a little bit. Maybe something flat to set it on. I don't know if that's very flat. Wow, I don't have anything flat over here. Okay, well, I tweaked it a hair, so let's see if that solves it. What's this side show? Oh, it's a little less, so we gotta. Where do you bend it at? Right there, maybe? Trying to be careful so I don't wreck it. Okay, there's 8. A little less, so we gotta give this side a little more. Looks like 6. We're getting closer. I'm just kind of pushing pressure on here and lifting on the float. It don't take much to move. Oh, it's not 6. Maybe it takes a little more to move it. A little more. Oh. So now I'm just kind of holding there and lifting on the float. Wow. There we go. It's just a hair shy. How's this side look? Okay. Alright, so now that's in. And let's test it and make sure she falls. Why isn't the needle falling? Hey, needle. There you go. Okay. Then we gotta put a gasket on here. Which is this one. Wait, no, it's not. Well, ding dang it. Was I supposed to put that on first? Yes. Well, it goes on like that. So yeah, I got this is in the way because how am I going to... Well, at least we got it adjusted. That off. That on. That on. Put that back on. There you go. Not too bad. And the other one they give you for the kit, see, it's way bigger. Well, yeah, way bigger. So must be for a different style carb. All right. Now we got to put this goes in. Wow. Let's go like that. But well, how in the heck? It's a lot bigger hole. So, because this sits flat in here like that. So that means the bell's got to go into here. So we got to get this past. Do a little shimmy and shaking. Come on. There we go. So now that'll drop into that. Put that on top. Your holes lined up. Okay. That was these screws here. Put them all in there first. And then we got to put this pin back in and put that spring on. And then our choke. I don't know what you call it, the little ball stud thing. Yeah, so they use a little ball stud. Hey, stay there. To do the linkage. So last night when I don't think I had filmed it, but I ran, come on, line up. I ran carburetor cleaner in that hole, in the gas inlet. And it wasn't coming out where the needle is. And I'm like, well, why isn't it coming out? So I took off this, what do you call it, inlet. There's a little screen in there, which I had blown out. Well, I held it up to the light, yeah, and there was stuff in there. Kind of looked like, like if you take a piece of grass and kind of break it down. That's what it kind of reminded me of, jammed in there. So I'm trying to tighten this down even. I'm not reaming on one of them and not the other. So hopefully she sets without leaking. Kind of bouncing back and forth, crisscross. So anyway, I worked that back and forth with the air compressor and carb cleaner, and I finally got it all cleaned out. So now it seems to roll through there just fine. Alright, now remember I wrote this down somewhere. I think it was like 8.5. Oh, here it is. 8 7/8. Well, that would have been close to my 8.5 guess. Make sure we get her lined up. That don't feel right. No. Huh. Looks like it's going crooked. Well, I don't like this little bugger here. Kind of throws you off. Think this thing will come loose? Oh, that way I can take tension off of it. So I can get it in there straight. Because right now she wants to. Is that one gonna fit in there? No. Going back to this method. Trying to line it up so I don't... See, it seems to drop in there. But it doesn't look square with it. I don't like it. There, that one looks better. Not turning too hard, so I would imagine we got it. Okay, there's seated bottom. So we're going to do that again. So there's 7/8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8. You know, I'll probably just see if it says in the manual how many turns out. Because if they're having fuel delivery issues, which I believe because that was jammed up, they were probably screwing with all these settings. So it's probably way out of whack. So, let's see, this is going to be, these are both the same? No. Alright, it's that one. That's the one that's got to go on there. Back to this bugger. Don't know how I'm going to fix this. Doo-dah, doo-dah. I thought JB Weld was my answer. It did not like that. So, what I'm afraid if I try to swage it, I'm just gonna break something on the inside. That's my fear on that one. But I wonder if I JB weld it when it's on here, so I'm not wrenching on it. Okay, that goes on like that. There we go, that's closed. So that's good. Oh. Let's grab that spring. Hey, now. Let's put it the other way. Okay, so that's going to be choked. Nope. There. Hey, stay. Let's open and then you lift her up. That'd be choke on. Okay. Now, somehow I need to hold that in place. And put some JB Weld on her again. Makes it more difficult when the spring's fighting me on this too. Okay, well, it's back together. I'm just gonna putz with that now. And then maybe, I think Saturday is gonna be 44. We'll stick this on or see if we can get her to fire up. Well, I'll see if we got spark. Guess that's the first one. But thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, off of an 8N. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.